Welcome to my channel, Big Man, Big World. My name is Jay, and if you've clicked on this video, you have some questions about gynecomastia. I wanted to make this video because I know there's a lot of gentlemen out there, like myself, who have a lot of questions about going through the situation that I'm going through, and also I'm going to be going through surgery today, later on this afternoon, to remove my gynecomastia. So if you're watching this video, you probably have a lot of questions about it, or you know somebody that has the same issue. The reason I wanted to make this video is because there's not a whole lot of videos on YouTube that talk about the before, during, and after gynecomastia. There's a few videos on there of the surgery, the actual surgery, but I wanted to talk to those who have this issue and are not sure whether or not they should go through with the surgery. There's two different types of gynecomastia. There's the one that you can take care of through liposuction, and then there's the other type, which I have, which is more of like a mass of cells, and the only way to get rid of that is to cut it open and pull it out that way. You can't get it out with liposuction. So gynecomastia is, for those of you who don't know, if you happen to click on this video, is basically male breast. It's enlargement of the male breast tissue. So again, there's two types. There's one that's more fatty. You can remove that with liposuction pretty easily. That usually has to do with guys that are overweight, something like that. And the type that I have, I can't remember the name of it offhand, but it's more nodular. There's actual tissue in there that cannot be burned with liposuction, and it can't be sucked out. It's more like a cartilage or something along those lines. So that's the best way that I can explain it. Mine is on my left side, so I have what they call unilateral gynecomastia. Again, it's on my left side. It first developed, I'd say, around 9 or 10 years old, maybe 11 years old, somewhere around there. I'm not really good with dates. I don't keep track of that stuff. And I was extremely embarrassed about it when I was a child, so I didn't really tell anybody. I think I told my parents when I was more in my teens. It was a real brief discussion. I'd let them know that I had something going on. I didn't know what it was. We had one doctor kind of look at it, and he said, well, sometimes these things happen when you're young and your hormones are going crazy. It'll probably go away. So I kind of took his word for it, and I said, well, we'll just play it out by ear and see what happens. Well, you know, that was when I was 9 or 10. So that was what, 15 years ago, 20 years ago almost. So it hasn't gone away, and it's been living with me ever since. It's extremely embarrassing as a man to have a breast, not only both breasts, but if you just have the one side, be oversized. So I haven't taken off my shirt in public since I was a child. So it's just something that I don't do, because I'm extremely embarrassed about it. You know, if you have two that are oversized, well, they just say, well, maybe he's overweight or something like that, which is common in today's society in America. So the obesity rate is insane, which is why I'm trying to fix my issues. But to have two of them oversized is more proportionate, and you know, people are probably going to look but not look as hard. But to have one that's oversized and the other one is normal, it's pretty noticeable. So it's extremely embarrassing for me. I don't like it, and the only reason I'm making this video is because I know there's guys out there. I was trying to do a bunch of research on it too, and I know there's guys out there just like me who want to know that there's other people going through this, and they want to know, should I go through with the surgery to fix it? What are the complications? What are the risks? And what are the results? You know, how am I going to feel after? So right now, as of today, I'm extremely embarrassed to take off my shirt. I won't take it off in front of anybody, and I still get uncomfortable taking it off in front of my own wife, which I ended up telling her after we were married, which was probably wrong, but I did tell her after we got married, probably 3 to 6 months in our marriage. She kept wanting to know why I never take my shirt off. And so that was uncomfortable as well, but she loves me and she accepted me for me. So I wanted to make this video to help those guys out there who are sitting on the fence, not sure whether or not they want to go through it. I chose to go through with the surgery for a couple of reasons. One, I want to be able to take my shirt off in front of people. That's important to me. The second reason is I went for an MRI a couple of months ago, and the technician that was behind the machine noticed that there was an issue because he was checking through my whole body, and it was only on the one side. He said, listen, he's like, I'm not a doctor, I'm just a technician, but you really ought to have that thing looked at. So that kind of kicked my butt into gear a little bit, and so I went to go have it looked at, and I'm going to have it taken out. This isn't something that's covered under insurance unless it turns out to be cancerous. So if it turns out to be cancer, then my insurance would cover it, but as of right now, I'm completely out of pocket on this. It's more of a, it's just for looks, it's not for my health as of right now. But if they pull it out and it turns out to be cancerous, then my insurance would come in and take care of it. So I'm only going to know that in another week or two. I would think they need to send it off to pathology, and I'll find out from there. So those are the two reasons, the main reasons that I want to do this. So let's talk a little bit about cost. That's a big one that I had a question with, and I'm sure others do. The cost on this, it depends on your specific body. If it's just liposuction and you just want to reduce the size of your breast, that is a less expensive route. For both of them, you're probably looking around $3,000 to $5,000, but usually closer to the $3,000 mark if you're just doing liposuction on both of them. If it's just one, it's going to be a little bit less expensive, but not by much. Maybe $2,500, $2,000 if you find somebody good. It's going to be around $2,500, I'd say, for just the one side. But that's usually not the case. It's usually both sides when it's the liposuction. Now, if you have to have an incision and have it removed that way, if it's both sides, it's my understanding that it's closer to about $5,000 to have both of them removed with incisions. And to do just the one side, which is what I'm doing, mine came out to be about $2,800 basically out the door, and then I have pathology. They're going to send a sample off to pathology and have it looked at. That's probably going to be, I'm guessing, around $200, $250. So let's call it $3,000 for the one side incision. If it was both sides, it'd be about $5,000. That's a huge question out there, so I want to put that out there to kind of help you guys find out how much it's going to cost. Can you get it done cheaper elsewhere? Absolutely. You could probably go to Mexico and have them do it, but you don't know who you're getting over there half the time. You got to do a lot of research before you make that decision. I'm just choosing a local guy here, and he has pretty good reviews from what I've seen. And to be honest, what it looks like after, as long as there's not a big bump there, or an enlarged breast, I'm fine. If it goes in a little bit, I'm going to be okay with that. If there's scarring, I'm okay with that. I call it a battle wound. So I'm not concerned with that terribly. I would like it to look as proportionate as possible, but as long as it's not hanging out there like it is now, I'm going to be happy. So just wanted to answer some of those questions. I'm going to take some video on the way to surgery, when I get to the surgery center, and after, and then I'm going to keep you guys updated for the next couple of weeks on what it looks like and take pictures of it so you can see what the results are going to be. I'd say mine is more of an extreme case. Mine's a little bit larger. It's not that my actual breast is larger, it's more so the nipple. I'm going to show pictures of it here in a minute. I'm going to show you a little clip of what it looks like, which is going to be embarrassing for me. So if you've got negative comments to leave, you know what, shame on you. But this is for those guys who are out there suffering the way that I am. And I can't wait to be able to go to the beach and go to the springs and things like that and enjoy myself and relax a little bit without having to be worried. But that being said, you know what? I'm not the only one with insecurities. Now, I have this as an insecurity. I had being overweight as an insecurity, and I'm working on them. There are some people out there with insecurities that they can't do anything about. So if you can do something about your insecurities, do the best that you can. Lose the weight. Go get a little bit of surgery if that's what's right for you, if that's what makes you comfortable. I'm not you, you're not me. So do what's best for you. I'm going to go through with it, and I'll let you know how it goes. But you've only got one body, so make the best of what you got, Fix what you can, and what you can't fix, learn to live with it and be proud of yourself and be happy with yourself. I've watched a bunch of videos of people that are insecure about their bodies, and I think they have fantastic bodies. I watch a bunch of fitness guys on YouTube, and they're complaining about their nipples being too big, and I'm like, brother, you don't have any complaining to do. He has no idea. So that was the one guy that I was watching. I'm not going to mention his name, but there's a couple other ones on there that think they're fat or, you know, too tall or too skinny. You know what? It doesn't matter. Do the best you can with the body that you were given and be proud of it. If you can fix the little issues that we have, fix them and move on with your life. I mean, I had other issues with my body. I was overweight. I had this thing that I'm working with now. When I was younger, I had moles. If you can see this little darker area here, I had a real big mole there, which was, you know, really irritating when I was a young kid. And you get picked on in school and all these different issues. So fix what you can, and what you can't, be comfortable with what you got left. So, and just work at it. You know, I'm exercising, trying to get healthier and be the best person that I can be. So right now I'm going to go ahead and show you some video of what it looks like. I'm going to take a side shot, a front view. I'm going to try and take some still shots. Maybe that'll help. I'm not sure yet. And then later on this afternoon, I'm going to take some video of us going down there. My wife's going to drive me down there. So I'm going to take video of that. When we get to the facility, I'm going to be pretty nervous, I'm sure. And then I'll get with you guys right after the surgery. These are going to be on separate videos. This is just the first video of this series. And then I'm going to follow up with you on my recovery and how it looks and what it's going to look like after that. So I couldn't find any videos on that, what the scarring looked like and the results of gynecomastia surgery. So guys, this is a very sensitive subject for me. If you have any comments, if you have any concerns, questions, please leave them down below. I'll do my best to answer them to the best of my knowledge. And please give me a like and share this if you have this issue with somebody who may have this issue, and have them follow me, and that way they can see what it's like to go through the surgery and what the results are going to be like. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and show you what the gynecomastia looks like on me, and from there we're going to go ahead and go through with the surgery, and I'll catch up with you guys then. See you soon. Okay guys, I wanted to show you what I look like in my shirt. I chose this shirt specifically this morning because it kind of shows off what the gynecomastia looks like a little bit better. This is like one of those athletic shirts, you know, that breathe real well. And the reason I choose not to wear these, I don't know if you can tell, but I'll try and show you the best that I can, is on this side, this is my gynecomastia. So you kind of see it when I turn, when I move around. That's the reason I don't really wear these shirts, is because it's more prevalent. You can see it a little bit better, and it kind of hangs out there versus the other side. So I find that extremely annoying. I can't wear these shirts because of it and my insecurities. So I choose to wear the button-up shirts with a nice breast pocket right here. So when I have a breast pocket and I usually got some material in there, whether it's a pen or some business cards or something like that, you can't really see what's going on over here. So it kind of distracts you from the fact that I have this. So I just wanted to show you what it looks like, and the reason I can't really wear these shirts. You know, some of you probably say, well, you really can't tell or something like that, but you know, for me, I can tell, and I can see it in the mirror, and it makes me uncomfortable. So that's why I choose to wear the other shirts. I would love to wear these shirts. These shirts are nice and cool. They're breathable. They look nice on you, you know. So I really like to wear these shirts from now on. And that's another reason why I want to go through with the surgery. So I want to show you a shot of what it looks like in this shirt, and this what I look like when I'm wearing this type of a shirt, anyways. So that's the side view and so forth here on that side. So now I'm going to remove my shirt and let you guys know what it actually looks like. So this is it here. This is my normal side, and this is my gynecomastia side. So this is for the gentlemen out there that have the unilateral gynecomastia. If you have both, that's fine too, but this is specifically for those who have the unilateral. And I wanted to show you, you're not the only one out there with this issue. There's thousands of other men out there like this, and women also have these kind of issues as well. But for the guys, it's a bit more embarrassing because we're not supposed to have breasts. So this is my unilateral gynecomastia. This is on the left side. Just to get a little bit personal, I guess when your nipples get hard when it's cold or something like that, it's a little bit less prevalent. It goes in a little bit. You can't really see it. See right now, my nipple's getting a little bit hard, but you know, so this is it here. It just kind of hangs out. So I'll give you kind of like a side view so you can see it there. Now when you grab it, there's a mass in there, and it's kind of like, it's not really golf ball size, maybe a little bit smaller, But you know, if you play the game marbles, you have your smaller marbles and then you have your larger marbles. Mine is about that size, like the size of the larger marble. So I don't know what size that is, centimeter wise. But it's about the size of that larger marble, the one you flick when you're playing the game of marbles. So it's about that size. It's irregular shape, but it lies right under the nipple. And when you grab it, it's kind of meaty. You can grab it. There's something in there. You can feel it that's abnormal. It's not like actual breast tissue when you grab the other side. So this side, it just kind of hangs out a little bit. And extremely uncomfortable for me. I don't like it. So I want to get rid of it and get it out and move on. And but anyways, it kind of comes over to here. So I don't know when he does it. It's probably going to have some scarring. He's going to cut around the areola. He's going to make my areola a little bit smaller. When he does that, there's probably going to be a scar probably all the way around the nipple, at least half of it. And then in order to get this meaty part out over to the side, he may need to come laterally over here, probably an inch or two. He may need to come this direction, and there probably be a scar from that. So he's going to try and waffle it a little bit, where they get to the back side of the nipple, they leave a little bit of tissue there, and they kind of waffle it, and which makes it so it's not so clumpy, I guess. And he's also going to stitch the skin down to the muscle. Once that's done, he's going to try and stitch that up a little bit. Now, I still do have some weight on me. I haven't lost all my weight yet, so I'm working on that. I'm going to be doing a water fast after this. And I still have, you know, a bit of fat in my breast. You know, it's a little bit fatty, but that's easy to work off with, you know, exercise and proper diet. So that's easy to solve. But so I'm hoping he kind of keeps it proportionate anyways on both sides, and he just removes the gynecomastia, but that's hard to do. He's got to try and get it all out of there. So I may end up having one smaller than the other or something along those lines, and it may actually go in rather than being out. So it actually may indent a little bit, which I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but it could. And they make you sign this thing that there's no guarantee on the results, so that kind of sucks. But you know, either way, he's going to take care of that, and he's told me what to expect from it and what I'm going to be going through, and I'm going to have a couple of weeks where I'm down. I'm not really doing anything exercising. I got to keep my heart rate down so I don't get blood clots and things of that sort. So he's going to go through it. But again, you know, just to kind of give you a view, I'm trying to get it to how it normally looks, but you can see where it kind of just hangs down onto the ground. So you can see, you know, when I'm walking around the beach, you know, this side looks kind of normal. When you look over here, this is kind of normal, you know, but then when you turn over here, you know, you got this big hunk of meat hanging out here, and extremely uncomfortable. I don't like it. So for those of you who are out there who have the same issues as me, stay tuned. I'm going to show you what it's like to go through the surgery, get everything done, get paid up, and see the results afterwards. So I'm thinking I'm going to be fully healed within a few months. I'm not going to update you that much, but I'm probably going to give you about 4 or 5 updates with how the healing process is going. So I will see you later on this afternoon.